Hey, Chenay, Jordan, thank you for joining the Distro Boss podcast. Appreciate you coming on. I know you work for a company called REsimpli, which is a CRM platform not designed for sales like in a real estate sense, but actually for investors to actually acquire more deals and actually conduct those. You're an affiliate manager for this company. So your essentially your job is to kind of build an army of affiliates for this brand to help them, carve out their large slice of a market share. So why don't you give us a quick understanding of what it is that REsimpli is, what you do with them, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you for having me on. I always love to share about what it is that I do and always about my company as well. So like you mentioned, REsimpli is a CRM platform built for investors by investors. The CEO and founder, Sharad Mehta, my boss, is the brainchild behind it. He is an active investor himself and essentially got tired of having so many different vendors because there's so many different integrations, and it just wasn't it wasn't doing his business any favors. So essentially he decided to create his own platform where everything is built right in, and took it to market, and here we are today. And as you mentioned, I am the affiliate manager there. So my job is to work with different influencers and coaches in the space of real estate and get them on board with the power that is REsimpli.
Yeah, because like REsimpli is like, this is like, because when I first looked at the website, I was like, okay, let me get an understanding of this. When you normally look at CRM software, it's normally for like sales, right? It's normally like,
Right.
whenever you see CRM, typically it's like, here, relationship management for your sales pipeline. Like this is what it's for. And as an investor, when you're getting into real estate, you're thinking, okay, I need to start looking for like whatever kind of real estate investor you are, whether it's fix or flip, buy and hold, whether it's like commercial property, I want to buy something, turn it into something else, warehousing opportunities, anything. It doesn't matter. Like your job is to kind of source deals. You got to find properties. And, people think, oh, you can simply just go to LoopNet. Well, there's a saying where deals go to die on LoopNet. So by the time you get to LoopNet, that's not a good deal anymore. You want to go and actually prospect. There is an element of like prospecting a proper real estate investor has to do. And this is something that they don't really show so much or teach enough of when it comes to real estate investing. They've got to actually go ahead and find the deals. And that means contacting people that don't necessarily have their opportunity listed.
Correct. Yeah.
And so that means reaching out to people. That means having a pipeline. That means maintaining those relationships, managing those relationships, sending out tons of emails, drip emails. You've got to have this kind of outreach so that you can find those deals. And then once you've got people interested, maybe umming and ahhing as to whether or not they want to sell, you've now got to figure out how you can go along that pipeline and get them to the point where they do sell. And then you've got the flip side. Like, what are you going to do with it after? How are you then going to sell it? Right.
Right. Yes, absolutely. I mean, and there's a lot of facets to the business. I mean, it's simple in theory, but in order to be successful in real estate investing, there are a lot of moving parts. And like you mentioned, I mean, a big part of it is the marketing funnel, and people never want to spend money on marketing, but every single event I go to, every single successful real estate investor that you talk to has to spend a lot of their budget on marketing, because that is the only way that they're going to source deals that are good deals, that aren't on the MLS, that, aren't on LoopNet, that just aren't anywhere. So, our platform allows for those drip automations, because that's the other thing too, is follow-up. Which is sales 101. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're not following up with your potential customers, you're not going to close deals. So, and when you're looking at, if you're pulling lists, like a probate list, for example, of hundreds, possibly thousands of homes, depending on what market you're in, that are in probate, we're human. You're going to forget to follow up with George or Bob or Sue. And when our platform, one of the biggest bonuses of the platform is the drip automation, so that nobody falls through the cracks. And you can set it up for as long as a year or more, to automatically send that email, automatically send that text message, automatically remind you to give them a call. So, that's just one part of REsimpli. We also have a whole calculator if you are in the fix and flip business.
Yeah, I saw that you have an ROI. I remember looking at that. I was like, I got to make sure I write that down because, there's ROI when it comes to like sales and marketing in its typical sense, but then there's ROI on like, okay, how many deals am I acquiring? If I have these many closed in this time frame, and here's my exit strategy.
And how your marketing is working too. How is your marketing getting those deals in the door? That's one thing that Sharad. So his background's in accounting, so he's a big numbers guy. And if the math that's the thing too in investing as well. If the math doesn't math, like it's not a good deal. So one of his biggest
math works, right?
Math has to work. So one of the biggest things that he really wanted to see in the platform that he wanted to build were those KPIs, were the ROIs, and everything, so that you can track how your marketing dollars are doing, so that you can track how your what your purchase price is versus what you sell it for. So you can track all of these different things and really get a good handle and a good gauge on your business and what you need to do to scale it and take it to the next level.
Yeah. So you have this market of like all of these real estate investors. Anybody that's reading a book on like, I want to be a real estate investor, whether it's fix or flip, buy and hold, commercial property, multifamily, single family, whatever it is. And then you've got like all these people who are sort of teaching them on how to go through this process and I guess structure deals and make money in these things. Then you've got real estate agents who do have CRM platforms like this, brokers who have platforms like this that are kind of feeding investors, hey, there's this deal on this market, there's a deal on this market. So this is really empowering the investor, giving them the opportunity to actually go ahead and actually create the best kind of deal structure for themselves by finding stuff that's, by giving them a way to automate outreach and automate follow-up with the email drip campaigns, and then give them these opportunities. And I think that's fantastic. I love that. I think if we're looking at that blue ocean strategy where, if you're just another real estate or investment broker CRM platform, there's a ton of competition there. And I think going to the investor and saying, here's why this is valuable for you, this is your blue ocean, because, the difference between what this platform could do is like, instead of you going to like the deal makers that already exist and you spending $200,000, $300,000 above what you would be potentially paying if you were to use REsimpli to access opportunities that weren't available typically on the market and were outside of your personal network. This is now you prospecting and using the same sales processes that those companies use themselves to find you as an investor. I think that's really good. I think that there's a lot there to grow as well, because it's kind of like the power is shifting. It's like, how real estate calls it like the buyer's market, now it's the seller's market, right? Let's put the power in the seller's hands, or in the buyer's hands even. So look, when you're with your situation with REsimpli, like you've got this platform, it's really cool, it's really powerful, but you now have to educate, you've got the standard marketing practices of like just getting videos out there, like getting into like publications, getting at events, conferences, that kind of jazz, the usual stuff. But to get to the investor, without having like a predefined list of investors that you can kind of break into the market with, you're going to have to access them through what I like to say, the people, places, and things that already have access to that customer group, right? And that's kind of my whole bag, right? Yeah, I think that's where affiliate marketing comes in, because now you can do that. You can find those people. And so why don't we talk about your role as the affiliate manager for this company, and how you kind of build this kind of access to market?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So like, I think what you touched on two very, very important, but very different things. So as the affiliate manager, my job is not to, it's kind of twofold. It's not necessarily to go out and find the actual end users, but it's to find people who have access to the end users and have influence over the end users so that they use our platform. So like I mentioned, I typically work with coaches and influencers in the real estate space, specifically just because right now where REsimpli is in development, we do work the best for people that are either wholesaling, doing fix and flipping, or some sort of buy and hold that's, looking, but still utilizing off-market deals. So commercial and stuff is coming later. That's definitely in the plan. But so I need to source people that are one, specifically in those three spaces, two, that have some sort of network, some sort of following, hopefully some sort of coaching program, and three, have, a decent amount of social media presence. It's not mandatory, but I do like to see it because obviously social media is your, broadcast to the world. And the more people that I can have broadcasting about REsimpli on social media, the better it is for my company.
You get that compounded marketing effect. Even if they're not doing deals, they're just by promoting it's putting it in front of people. And you're getting that, what's that 7-11-4 rule with Google? Like, you're getting all these touch points with your potential market. Even if they're not buying immediately, they're getting visibility.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So what I typically do is I spend a lot of my time on social media, typically to find these people. And, sometimes you have to get creative in how you reach out to folks as well. So I send a lot of gifts. Gifts is a great way to get people's attention, but I don't send stuff like swag or, your run of the mill type of stuff.
REsimpli mug.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody wants one of those.
Right.
I think part of being the affiliate manager, let me back up a bit. What it really means to be an affiliate manager is it means to build relationships. It's a relationship manager role in every sense of the word. I've been told that essentially my job is to make friends with people, and that's really not too off the mark. My clients, my affiliates, we do business together, but they are my friends. I turned 40 a few weeks ago, and I had several of them text me wishing me a happy birthday. And, I was in Vegas for my birthday, and they all were like, hope you're winning big in Vegas. So, it really is building a relationship with these people and getting them on board with your software, but more so on board with you. Because they could love REsimpli, but if I'm no fun to work with, why would they want to promote what we do?
It's true. It's I think it's one of the reasons why I in the very beginning, I didn't understand what affiliate marketing was. I thought I knew the buzzword. I instantly kind of just assigned it to those blogs that you read online, and there was links inside the text, and that's what affiliate marketing was, because that's how it was explained to me once a long time ago. And so I started working with businesses in a different capacity where I'd connect with them, and we'd kind of integrate marketing with other businesses that had access to certain customer groups. And so that's a bigger version of, it's the same process. It's working with someone else who already has access to a target buyer group that you're looking to access, right? And so it's by forging those relationships, you're then getting access, and it's a streamlined access because you're leveraging the trust and faith that audience already has with that entity, and they're kind of propping you up, and so that's great. But for your company, you're not. So there's so many benefits with that, and I never understood, and I had kind of shifted away from understanding what affiliate marketing was to go into that. We call that distribution networking, right? So channel partnering and that sort of thing. Then I kind of took another look at affiliate marketing because people were talking about. It's basically influencers. It's like influencer marketing. And influencer marketing is just a new tagline or a new way to explain what affiliate marketing was. Because as soon as they start promoting somebody else's product with an affiliate link or a coupon code, it's an affiliate. It's an affiliate.
Yeah. Yes.
And so that's when you recognize again that just like it was when forging these relationships with these channel partners as businesses, this is also a very human-focused kind of business. And you've got to be personable. You've got to be able to go out there, outreach, speak to people, build and forge those relationships, cultivate and nurture that network so that you can then not only get them to sell, but keep them selling. Right?
Exactly. Yes, no, absolutely. And I think one of the biggest things too is on the flip side of things, for somebody who's actually the influencer, the affiliate marketer, like you said, it's very people centric. You can't be salesy about it. And that's again where the relationship really comes in, because if my affiliates are salesy, they're not likely to get sales. It has to be something that they believe in and they trust. I recently was at an event, and one of the topics that came up is, being protective of your brand. And a lot of these influencers, especially the level of influencers that I work with, which are very top level influencers, they're very protective of their brand, and they do not want to attach their name to something that, isn't either a good fit for their audience, because why would they lead their audience to something that's not a good fit for them? Or, obviously somebody like that maybe doesn't have the best reputation, or so on and so forth. So, that's something to keep in mind too. If you are on my side of things as the affiliate manager of a company, is, hopefully your company has a great reputation, and, also that it's a good fit. So I've made the mistake in the past. I think this is very common for affiliate managers because there's no real roadmap for this. I've looked in several different places. There seems to be a coach for everything nowadays. There's literally like no coaches for somebody in my role. So it's a lot of figuring it out on your own.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, because it's like when you go to Google and you type in affiliate marketing, you're going to find 101, I should say, a million and one gurus telling you how you can get rich being an affiliate marketer. So it's not really for the person that works for.
Yeah, it's not for me. Yeah, that's like for my client, that want to really delve deep into affiliate marketing. Yeah, there's a million gurus out there to tell people how they can do this.
And then they've got a course to sell, right? And it's
yeah.
How many ways did you skin this cat? Like,
Exactly.
You get a product, they have coupon codes, and you got to go out there and promote it. Like, you do it through blogs, you do it through video, you do it through other people's networks. It's like, but it's like, but that's what you typically find, and there definitely isn't that many places to go aside from maybe blogs, perhaps, where you can glean some bit of information as to how you can partner with a company, have a more embedded role, i.e. an affiliate manager, affiliate and influencer networking manager, marketing and affiliate manager, have all these different job roles that exist for that side of things. But even when I look at the job descriptions on some of these opportunities, they don't even have the job description right. I'm like, they're talking about a typical standard marketing manager, but they've thrown affiliate manager on top. Even the companies themselves don't really know what an affiliate manager does, except they somehow magically get a ton of business in somehow if they do a good job. And it's like, you have your inside sales team, and they're creating for you an external sales team on a predominantly pay on performance model. So you only pay them when the deals come through, apart from some little bit of marketing expenses here and there where if you're paying for a shout out, if it's an influence, or sending gifts or that kind of thing. But I guess that's where I'm going to with that is what got you into the world of affiliate marketing? How come you didn't get sucked into that world of I'm going to set my own company up and become an affiliate marketer? How did you go into an actual position where you have a full-on salary, where you have a company backing you, you have infrastructure, support framework, you have pre-established connections, relationships? What made you go that direction and not the other?
It was pure accident, if I'm going to be quite honest. I mean, it's kind of a crazy story. This is certainly not a career I ever really saw myself in, but I love it, and it was probably the best happy accident that's ever happened to me in my life. I ended my marriage of 15 years back in 2021, and I was jobless essentially with 2 kids, and I needed anything to support my family. And so I was applying to everything I could possibly. My job that I had before my boss moved, I worked in veterinary medicine, and I worked for a DVM. And so I was her admin, essentially. And so I was looking for admin work, and I found a company that was in international real estate development. And I was like, that's kind of cool. And so I applied to be the admin to the CEO, got the job, and had to go to an event on my 5th day of the job. And my boss took me around to a lot of networking events. It was a realtor event. He took me to a bunch of networking events, and I just was myself and did what I do. And I'm very personable. I love talking to people. So I just kind of did my thing, but got a phone call Monday morning and he offered me the affiliate manager role. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I literally had no idea. I mean, I knew like what affiliate marketing was, like on the other end, but like I didn't know what an affiliate manager role was, but it came with a big pay increase. So I was like, I guess I'll figure it out. And I put my nose to the grindstone. I got very active on LinkedIn. I really studied what that company did and how I could leverage other people to promote our properties. I found new opportunities in different places because when I inherited the program, the biggest focus was having agents as the affiliate. I expanded into different publications and different associations and just kind of, just jumped in with both feet. And really enjoyed that job.
How did you find the agents as affiliates? Because I've worked with real estate agents before.
Yeah, don't send me hate mail, but they're a fun group. I'm just going to say that they're a fun group. Yeah, it's we did a lot of events. We did like NAR. We did like the big realtor event. Connections with different local associations. I did a lot of presentations, traveled a bit to different, associations and would give presentations about how international, could take your real estate business to the next level. It's really easy. I give you all the stuff, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, it's tough. There's a couple of reasons why that business is really tough. One, international is a super niche market. And two, again,
internationals. Is this for international real estate investors buying into the US or?
No. This was a developer building properties in Central America.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's basically the opposite. Convincing and at the time, with COVID and all of that, there was a lot of people that were wanting to get out of the U.S. So it was a great time to be in that field, honestly. But I wanted something different. Like I said, I really dove into LinkedIn. Just on happenstance, just happened to get connected with a lot of different investors and a lot of different strategies, everything from multifamily to buy and hold to Airbnb to campgrounds to storage. I mean, you name it. I was connecting with everybody I possibly could, and just got really hungry for that, investing space, and really started realizing how many different real estate strategies are out there. And I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of more. So,
well, it attracts a lot of money, not just from the investors, but from developers, from software platforms, from.
I think real estate is the greatest business in the world to be in. If you want to have financial freedom and you want to get wealthy, that's where it's at.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be with the real estate itself. It could be with the software that serves it. It could be with the services the ancillary services around it. It's like that.
Absolutely.
You don't need to, when everyone was the gold rush in Alaska, it's like a lot of people made the most money selling the shovels, right? It's like you don't always have to have the gold itself. It's like
right. Yeah. I mean, and you can build your empire by doing something else, like having a software or product or whatever. And then guess what? You have the means to go start getting the hard assets that are going to set you up for life. So no, I think real estate's just the best business ever to be in. And I knew I wanted to change, but I also loved what I did. I loved the affiliate marketing part of it, managing the affiliates and all of that sort of thing. And I loved real estate. And I was just like, how am I ever going to find that? What? I felt lucky enough that the company I worked for had that particular role, because it wasn't a huge company. And so I was just like, how am I going to find it? And once again, just as fate would have it, I came across an ad for REsimpli. And I was just like, that's it. That's exactly what I want to do. And here I am. So
So I mean, you covered a lot there in terms of like the things that you've had to do to get access to the people that have access to the customer groups you want, right? You've talked about going to events, conferences, that reaching out, using LinkedIn. And I presume you're doing just that and much more with REsimpli.
It's actually, that's something else that's kind of funny about this role. And I've recently become connected with a couple other affiliate managers in the real estate space for other products as well. And something I've noticed is it does not look the same for any of us. And it didn't look the same when I was in this role at my previous company. And that's kind of that's how you get good at this, is you recognize whatever company you're at, what's going to make that affiliate program tick in that company. You know, in my previous role, like I said, it was mostly realtors. We broke into podcasters a lot. And then also like publications. That's not even close to like what I'm doing over here. You know, these are the people that I work with. Like I said, now my focus is like coaches and super high net worth, big investors that have influence in the space, and you know, real estate investor associations, or REIAs for short. You know, that's another one that I go after and partner with. But it does not look the same for every single company who their affiliate avatar is. It's very, very different depending on what the company is, what they do, who they want as their customer base. So someone who's in my role, that's your first challenge. Like, let's say you just got hired at a company, you know, in this role. Your first challenge is to identify who your affiliate avatar is, because if you're not going after the right affiliate avatar, your program's not going to do very well.
Yeah.
It would be like me right now going after a bunch of like people in the commercial space, because our CRM platform isn't ideal for that customer. So what good is it going to do me to have a bunch of people in the commercial space when our product isn't the right fit for them? So
yeah, that's good. I mean, I just reminded myself of like another thing that you think about mediums that have, you know, you talk about people who have coaches, influencers, investors who have these like massive lists, massive audiences. There's like so many different places. I remember when I was involved in real estate, we even partnered with like self-directed, you know, the SDI, self-directed IRAs, the custodians. You know, like even there's like the custodians that actually have those self-directed, because a lot of the people who have the self-directed are looking to invest their money, and the vast majority of them are always considering real estate, and they do all these like training programs. And we used to go in that world as well, especially for like training and coaching. So there's a lot, because they do a lot of that themselves, but they don't classify themselves as trainers and coaches. But they do that to keep their, you know, Sidras engaged essentially with their custodian platform. Like there's like so many different. I'm just, even me, as I hear you talk, my mind's just bouncing around. Who already has access to the customer groups? It's like, and I guess that's, if you're thinking about a day in the life of as an affiliate marketing manager, you're thinking of that all the time. It's like, you said, what's going to make it tick for this business, and then how many mediums can I approach? What are those intermediaries going to be? What are they going to be? People? Are they going to be businesses? Are they going to be organizations, groups, events themselves? Like, how can I get hold of the lists? How can I get hold of the people that have influence over those lists?
Yeah. So like when I do events, my main focus at events is not to get end users. Like if I do, that's a bonus. I hate booths. My job is not really done well at a booth. My job at events, my job starts at 5 p.m. Like that's when it starts. When you're going to the cocktail parties, you're going to the networking events, that's when my job really truly begins. And I the way we evaluate events that we want to go to is we want the speaker list. I want to know who is speaking, because the speaker list is the people that have influence over all of the attendees. So I want to know who's speaking up on that stage. And if there's enough speakers that I'm like, you know, they would be a good affiliate, they would be a good affiliate, they would be a good affiliate, there's enough of them, then that's an event that we would consider attending. Is, you know, my whole goal when I go is to get in front of the speakers. That's all I care about, is getting in front of the speakers.
Yeah, I mean, it's networking at its best, right?
Yeah.
That's the job. It's like to super network, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you would, by the way, for anyone that's listening who there's a new buzzword that's floating around called a super affiliate. By definition, an affiliate manager is a super affiliate, because you are recruiting the people that can recruit the other affiliates too. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and it's funny that you say that too, because I mean, that's something else. Like, you know, I can do like the cold call, and I do plenty of like cold calling, which really my cold calling is essentially sitting on social media and stalking somebody to the point where I'm like, they would be a good fit, or they wouldn't be a good fit. And if they're a good fit, they get shortlisted. I figure out how to get in touch with them, blah, 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 blah. And then that, you know, that whole process. So, I mean, like, that's one way I get affiliates. Another way is using my affiliates. I just was on a call with one of my, you know, top 5 affiliates yesterday. And I was like, hey, you know, who else you know? Like, you know, who do you...
You'd be surprised, because it's such a human-focused industry, you don't even have to have like a 2-tiered affiliate platform to even say, hey, look, I'll give you an override on one that you recruit for me. You don't even need that for the most part, because people will do it out of their good graces. You know what? I know a guy.
Yeah. I mean, the money's always nice, and I do always throw those incentives out there, but you're right. Like at this point, I have a good enough relationship with enough of my affiliates that they don't even expect that. They're just like, yeah, of course, Chenay. Like, if there's somebody that comes to mind, or somebody that I think would be great, like, yeah, I'll shoot them your way. So, you know, but that's the thing, and that's the key. And I think something else that affiliate managers miss a lot is taking care of their affiliates, like, on the reg, like, for real. Most of my stuff is done on text messaging. I don't do a lot of emails. These people are busy. They hate emails. I hate emails. You know, what better way to get in front of, but people will read an email and not respond to it because they get busy, right? But most people, most people will respond to a text, right? Because that's easy. They can just do it really quick. So a lot of my business is done on text messaging. You have to be willing in this business to put yourself out there in a real personable way. You know, all my affiliates have my personal phone number, you know, and they're respectful. They're not going to call me at midnight. Like, nobody's dying at midnight, you know, when it comes to affiliate marketing. So it's okay. But it gives them a really quick and easy way to access me should they need something. It gives me a quick and easy access way to keep us top of mind with them all the time by just being able to shoot a quick text once a week. You know, people...
Text messages, there's a statistic I remember. The open rate on the text messages is 97.2%. So 97.4, I don't know where I remember reading this. 97.4%.
That's incredibly specific.
Yeah. I read it on a blog. I don't even know if it's true, but I think it's true, because if you get a text message, I'm going to open it, if anything, just to get the little number off my phone.
Right? Yes. Yes.
Just so I can get rid of it quickly. But I'll have a look at what's been texted. And it's like, as long as it's not Pizza Hut, I'll probably read it.
Yeah.
It's like that, you know, that's really useful for like a text message. Like, you know, I talk about this in other podcasts and other things that I do. It's like text messaging, directly buzzing your phone so it pings in your pocket, vibrates. You're gonna get a response. Emails, I think the open rate for that is around, and these are with people that you know as well, it's like 20% on average across the board. And I think that was a statistic from MailChimp. And that was, you know, you do cold outreach, you're going to have like 0.2 of 1%. Whereas, you know, if you have people that recognize you're still probably going to get around 20% open rate because they're inundated with emails. You know, if I don't look at my inbox for 3 or 4 days, I start looking at triple digits because I'm like, oh, and all I'm doing then is just trying to delete them as fast as possible.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And it's only very rare that something will actually catch my attention then, and it has to be from someone I know. Otherwise, it's getting or like a bank message or something. I get everything going to get deleted.
Okay. Yeah,
like, I think one detective. Hey, hold on, what? Go back.
Yeah.
Unauthorized login. Hang on a sec. But so that's
something you mentioned too about like the cold outreach type of thing. I just had some success this week with doing cold outreach, but again, there was a mutual connection there. So I'm not opposed to name dropping. I will name drop all day long because it's that connection. Some people are really gun shy about name dropping, but if you have a good relationship with somebody, they shouldn't mind you dropping their name, and whatnot. And, so I did that earlier this week and I have a meeting booked tomorrow. So it's,
that's exactly how you do it. I mean, look, you got to name drop, you got to throw numbers around.
Yep.
Like I've,
and you have to be confident. Like you can't come across as desperate, by any means. That doesn't make you or your company look good. We are not desperate for affiliates. Like we really aren't. But there's certain people I really want to work with, that I think could bring super value to our product, and our product would bring a lot of value to them in their audiences. But I don't do mass email marketing at all. I never ever use our mass email marketing service. Everything I send out is super personalized. It's an individual one-on-one basis, and I've learned some things from some of the sales gurus. People are like, you're in sales. And I'm like, I mean, kind of. I sell relationships. Yeah, I sell relationships. But yeah.
Exactly. You're right. And it's like, you are always having to sell. You're selling them on a reason why they should care, why they should pay attention, why they should consider selling it themselves to make money on it, to build their own profile up, to being partnered with a company like yours, because that'll lift their profile. It gives them a different kind of credibility. They're not just promoting like get rich quick real estate courses. Now they're saying, hey, look, there's this really interactive, very, feature dense CRM system that can help you make a lot more. I can increase your ROI on your investment. It's a very different kind of like partnership, One is like kind of like, hey, get rich quick. And the other one is like, this is really going to give you some longevity. And so it depends on like people's, how they kind of want to be seen as far as status is concerned, right? And where they kind of go in the industry.
Yeah. I mean, like there's a whole nother side to affiliate marketing that is very heavily sponsorship based. And especially in the field that I work in, not the field meaning real estate, but the field of your affiliates being influencers specifically. There's a big market out there for companies to sponsor, aka pay influencers to promote their product. We do a little bit of that, but we don't do a lot of it. And that's because I am of the opinion that I want, and you said the word longevity, I want a relationship with my affiliate to be a very long relationship. I don't want a flash in the pan, fly by night deal. And I also want my affiliates, because as we all know, it sounds cliche and it sounds corny, but it's true. I know some salespeople are going to probably email me and be like, that's not true. It is true. You have to believe in the product that you're selling. So in order for it to be successful long term, I want our affiliates to use our product. I want them to love our product, use our product, because that comes across when they tell their students about us or they tell their social media network about it.
That's what you're selling. You're selling the excitement, right? Because they have to buy into it. Like, because you're not actually selling them on, hey, use a CRM yourself. You're saying, I need you to believe in it the way I believe in it. I'm trying kind of like that movie Inception, right? I'm trying to take the thing that I have in my head and put it in yours so that you get it. And once you get it, it becomes your decision to promote it. So people will believe you and they'll buy into your message, because that's the really that's what I'm trying to leverage. I'm trying to leverage the trust and faith that your audience has with you, not me. So
I don't know their audience. I don't know. I really don't.
So you got to sell the excitement.
You do. And like, that's a thing too. I was having a conversation the other day with someone about this, and I, mentioned that if I'm talking to somebody that like I want to work with, but I'm not getting that excited vibe from them, like that this isn't something that they're really into or whatever, I abandon those deals. Like, again, I don't need it. I can just go to somebody who actually is excited and, wants to work with us. So that's something else too, is that I think affiliate managers, and how this is very different from like sales, right? Because you typically don't want to like, abandon deals in sales. You want to try to get that close. But in this industry, it's super important to hyper focus on what's going to work and move the needle more, over a long-term stretch than a flash in the pan. So like going back to the whole sponsorship, it typically, and it's nuts what some of these influencers charge, because I did explore going down this a little bit a few months ago, and, God love people. I wish I hadn't as big as some of these people that want like 10K for 30 seconds of promotion. And like a typical company, unless you're Nike, a typical company doesn't have the resources to continually put out those sponsorships. And two, like there's just something that there's a little bit of a disconnect there. They're not really
adjusting.
They're more concentrate, like the influencers that want those big sponsorships, they're looking at dollar signs. They're not looking at, the relationship behind it.
Yeah, they're looking at like brand alignment. They think brand ambassador just means you get paid. Like, no, brand ambassador means you actually believe it.
Right. And that's my whole thing is I want brand alignment. I mean, a line that I use a lot when I do write emails, to folks, if the conversation's kind of gone stale, is, does this make sense? That's a great line, by the way. Does this make sense? Instead of like, I just wanted to follow up, or I just wanted to, like, the people get millions of emails a day that say that. But if you say like, does this make sense for your brand and our brand to work together, people typically will respond because they know
they're qualifying it. They're deciding. They're making this, because it's not them deciding to buy it. They really have to use and leverage their audience, but that means they've got to now promote it. They're going to send their own email campaigns. They're going to have to do videos on it, and so they're having to really it has to really make sense for them to actually go ahead and be the spearhead.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you have influencers who are kind of like, you mentioned that, like influencers, like the heyday is kind of slowing down, right? Where it was like anybody and everybody get an audience in a certain field, and then suddenly you're now going to get all these sponsorships. Yes, that happened, and it's continuing to happen, but it's starting to trickle down into a bit more of a structured approach where, big businesses have got their big brand ambassadors now. They're big affiliates, influencers as affiliates. You've got small to medium companies who are now actively, and I want to talk about this competition, right, in the affiliate marketing space, because more and more companies, affiliate marketing is not just the afterthought after you build your inside sales team. In many cases now, that's the primary way to actually get their sales through the doors, to build an affiliate network. So many more companies are now making the approach to influencers and traditional affiliates in a sense. When I say traditional affiliates, I mean, like you said, investors, the off the beaten track ones, like the companies that already have an email list, like people who are just kind of thought leaders in the space who wouldn't have been typically called influencers, but now they're going after influencers and they're saying, let's talk about how much we can pay you if it's going to be a one-time fee, but don't give me anything too exorbitant. Like, we need to make sure this is right. And now there's also so many more tools in terms of how you can qualify an influencer. It's like, just because you have a big audience, I need to find out how engaged you are. I need to do all this kind of stuff. So you can really now dig deeper and say, well, you said you want 10 grand, but why are you worth 10 grand?
Right.
How much authority do you really have with your audience? Can you even carry my sales message? What actually makes you think that you can sell the thing that I'm promoting?
Right.
Like, you have the right target group. So just doing like a billboard style ad, it's not worth 10 grand to me. Yeah, that's worth 1,000 at max. But like, if you're going to then get behind the brand, understand it, and then educate your following into it, now we can start talking bigger numbers, because now you're actually becoming an external sales member for me. And I attribute more value to that, and therefore I can pay you higher commissions. There may be more money in the pot for you. There might be a monthly retainer. You don't know. But these conversations can happen. But it kind of comes down to like, because there's more competition, things are kind of ironing out a little.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, when it comes to, here's what I always tell people too is, you know, when it comes, you're getting paid on the back end, you know, you are getting paid on the back end. And if you really have the reach that you say you do, I mean, I do have affiliates that are pulling, you know, 5-figure checks from us every single month. They have a big reach, you know, they talk the talk, they walk the walk. It shows in what they're able to generate in income for our company, and then what they're able to take home in affiliate commissions every single month. So, I mean, there really is money to be made in this space, but you do have to have the right, you have to have a reach, and you have to be able to, you have to know how to leverage it. There is an art to it. I mean, I have a couple of affiliates that just do really, really well for us. And every time I see like the content that they're putting out on social media and whatnot, I'm like, you're bringing value. Like, you are really bringing value. You're really teaching people some valuable things that they can take out and use in their own investing business. And it's cool to see us be a part of that, you know, in a small way. I mean, we're just the software that runs it, but to see, you know, somebody go out there and, you know, making their dreams come true by closing deals because they watch so-and-so's video that utilize our software. Like, that's really cool. You know, it's just, it's almost like just the icing on the cake.
Yeah. But there's a lot of that happening now. I mean, no, like, I guess I was touching on this earlier, but let's kind of dig on it a little bit. Like, there is more competition now. Like, there's more affiliate manager roles popping up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when I started in this, like, I don't think I'm not sure I met an affiliate manager until I moved over to REsimpli and actually came in over to this space. And like I said, I still have I've only met like 3 or 4. But I think companies are seeing the value of having an affiliate manager, and having somebody manage these relationships, because, you know, I can go be an affiliate of Amazon or 5 million different things, but there's nobody from those companies holding my hand as the affiliate, helping me, building a relationship with me, you know, giving me strategies and advice and materials and this and that. They give me a link and that's it. Good luck. Yeah, exactly. Good luck. And that's not what I do. I mean, I was back and forth with a client yesterday for a very long time who's getting ready to launch something huge for us and needed my help for a lot of steps along the way because of my internal connections in my company to like my dev team or my customer service team or this and that, just to move the needle and, you know, get them over the finish line. And I think companies are, you know, at least small to medium-sized companies. I mean, I don't think Amazon's ever going to hire an affiliate manager. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they do have one for like, maybe they do, but, you know.
We're starting to pay big bucks. I mean, you're starting to see, you know, the average salary for an affiliate manager a while back was like, you couldn't get past 45 grand, right?
Right.
And so that's like, I think that's probably where all the guru stuff came in. Like, they realized it, but like, but no one's really paying for this. So I'm going to start like doing this on my own, and I can pick up these things. But now you're starting to see the same thing, like the job description. And this is actually a little message for all those people out there who are thinking, I'm going to quit my job to become a guru or an affiliate marketer myself.
Yeah, please don't. I will hunt you down.
Yeah. The jobs are available, are paying like decent money. I mean, you're looking at, I popped it in LinkedIn the other day. I'm starting to see jobs at like 250 grand north of that, with commissions, bonuses, an override on the entire network that they create. And I'm like, okay, now this is becoming the kind of a job description that's really going to attract like the sharks, if you will, like the people who would have gone for like the typical broker job, or I want to be like a high flying like financial services position, and now looking at the affiliate network, thinking affiliate marketing world, like, you said there was a 350 grand base salary, like, so I'm gonna skill up for this.
You said, something like, and it's funny that you use that term because I say it all the time. You have to be a shark in this business. You really do. There's no room for being meek. You have to put yourself out there. If you're shy, if you're introverted, if you're any of those things, this is not the industry for you. You've got to just kind of be all hanging out. I mean, you just got to do it. You just have to do the thing, and
you got to manage
that's your person. And if you are listening, and that is your personality, if you are like one of these big gregarious people, you love talking to people, you love networking. I love networking. Networking is so my jam. I love it. And you're looking to go down a career path, the affiliate manager stuff may be for you. But yeah, it's I love my job. I really do. I love what I do. I love the company I work for, and I love my client. I absolutely just think they're amazing, and they do great things. And like I said, these people really do bring value. I mean, these are real estate. I mean, there's a lot of real estate coaches out there, and there's a lot of gurus out there that are full of. Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can totally cuss. I'll feel shit. They're full of shit. Oh
yeah. That are totally full of shit. But and that's, those aren't my affiliates. Like, I don't want to work with people.
You got to cherry pick, because
you've got to cherry pick. But the people that I work with, I mean, they really are changing people's lives. They're helping people achieve their financial freedom through learning how to invest in real estate through their different programs. And they're
it's recruitment, it's onboarding, it's management, it's nurturing, and it's ascending too. Like, you have to skill them up, and you have to take them somewhere to the next level as well. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, it's, I mean, I actually, my career started as a recruitment consultant and then became a headhunter.
Recruiting forward.
I liken it to this. The job role is almost not exactly the same, but there are so many, like, similarities and, like, parallels when it comes to, you are technically recruiting. You're trying to, you're putting ads out there. You're reaching out to as many people as you can. You're networking. You're selling them on the idea. And as soon as they say, "Yeah, I'm interested," it's like, okay, hang on, got to turn the tables again. Now let me have a closer look at you. Let's see if we can actually do this, because I need you to now understand all this stuff about my business. I need you to do this. I mean, there are many times also where I've actually had to facilitate and assist them in the activity of actually them reaching out to their audience. Like, I've helped them with setting up their own email campaigns where they want to create like a sequence or a drip campaign for their own audience. They said, I've got this email list. I could just do a one shout out. I could do a one email. I'm like, one email is probably not going to do it. We talked about 20% open rates, right? We want to make sure that we're hitting them up at least a few times, but not the same message. We want to have it structured. So what email software do you use? MailChimp. Okay, well, that's not going to do. Let's get something else involved. And so we've done that before. I've helped people actually put together the training or the content for the video that they want to produce. So it's not just giving them a campaign brief and saying, hey, good luck with that. It's like, okay, well, what do you need from us? Like, how can we assist you to make, because I want them to do the best that they can do, because it's gonna end with like ones and zeros and just money in our account. People subscribing or money, it's going to translate to money for both parties. So like, what can we do to really help? And so you have to cherry pick, and you also have to decide who you're going to put energy on, because then you get that. Just like any other job, you get those people that will ask you 1,001 questions but won't do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there very much is an 80-20 rule, just with it, and it's true in my business too. I mean, I do have several hundred affiliates, but obviously not all of them are doing something, and like that's another thing that I think companies, and I've talked to people about this, a lot of companies and a lot of affiliate managers have the wrong mindset when it comes to this. They don't have the cherry picking mindset. They have I was talking about mass marketing emails earlier. That's their strategy. They just want to sign up anybody that they possibly can as an affiliate. And it's like throwing spaghetti at a wall and seeing what sticks. Something's going to stick at some point, but is that really the best use of your time? Is that the best, are those really good affiliates for you? So I do not, I don't have the goal of like growing my affiliate numbers by, 25% this year or something like that. When we have internal meetings, like that is not on any of our radars. Like it does not matter how much I grow the numbers of the program. What matters is who I'm bringing into the program that's moving the revenue needle. That's what matters. So it doesn't matter if I have 500 affiliates and only 5 of them are bringing in money. I would be much better off having 20 affiliates with 20 affiliates bringing in money.
Yeah.
So, if you are out there and you have an affiliate program and you're just mass trying to sign people up, stop. Don't do that.
That's what I was going to say, because it's like, what would you, and I hadn't actually touched on this before. It's just come to me now. Like, what do you think about those marketplaces, the affiliate marketing marketplaces? You can be candid. Like, we're talking about like the CJ affiliates of like the Share a Sale, the ClickBanks, the various other, like the platforms that say, hey, promote your offer here, and then we have a ton of affiliates that look at this space. Because this kind of, I know you've kind of answered this question already, because you've said, look, it's about cherry picking, but people think about this all the time because they're thinking they're thinking about the shortcut.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
yeah,
I'm just
absolutely.
thinking I'm there. What would you say about that?
I mean, I think that depending on the business, again, because I really feel like you can't look at like an affiliate manager role or an affiliate program. You can't look at them as like all, like they're all the same. They're absolutely not. I think those marketplaces are probably great for somebody that has, I don't know, maybe some sort of retail product, maybe something along those lines, or something that, and I also think I do think they're great for people on the opposite side who want to get into affiliate marketing and like make that their side hustle or their gig or whatever. I don't think I personally wouldn't go down the route of the marketplaces. Simply because I feel like it would cause me so much work, because then I would have to literally go and vet every single person that showed interest. And chances are, because it is a marketplace and you have every Joe Schmo off the street who thinks they're going to be an affiliate, be the next $1 million affiliate marketer on that thing, how much junk am I going to get?
Yeah.
That's how I think about it. Like, for instance, somebody in my position, like I'm going to get so much junk from people that are going to waste my time, aren't going to do shit. And
I made the mistake of putting my software on one of those platforms, and I just get
how'd it go for you?
crap.
You like it? Yeah.
Waste of time. I delete all the emails. I've unsubscribed to them, and it's like I need to get myself off the actual platforms themselves, because they just don't work for me. But like, speaking about technology, I know that like REsimpli in and of itself is a CRM. When it comes to managing your affiliates, or like the technology that helps you acquire them, the technology that helps you manage them, like, does REsimpli have its own built-in affiliate like management platform? Would you like use separate software for that, like to actually like pay them to track the links, to manage the campaigns, how many are working? And
yeah, that's funny.
Right.
Every time somebody asks me this question and I answer it, they always look at me very confused. But we are a software company, but we are a CRM software company, which probably people are always like, well, then don't you have like your own CRM to like manage your affiliates? No, I don't. We use Go High Level for me to manage my pipelines of affiliates, is who we use on the back end for me. And then to track my affiliate revenue, all of that sort of thing, we use First Promoter. And I think that First Promoter is probably the best out there, honestly. Less like no glitch. It's not glitchy. It's pretty fail safe. You can do a lot on the back end. I have my dev. If something happens, I can have my dev team go in the back and integrate different stuff, and it just works really well for us. So yeah, I use First Promoter. I'm probably on First Promoter way more than I'm on Go High Level. Go High Level is really just like my weekly like management, like so I can go in and look like, okay, I've got these people that I need to follow up with. I need to check on these people, like, but it's really just a very simple pipeline management deal. I scroll through my phone a lot, so I know what I need to get done and what I need to do. But yeah,
I've used so many workarounds in the past. Like,
I always say I'm going to be like ridiculously organized. My boss is going to listen to this and he's going to be like, really, Chenay? And I am like, I do keep my Go High Level, like it's all up to date and stuff like that. But I have to like consciously remind myself to do that because I do so much on the fly, and so much is just like, like I said, it's like scrolling through my phone, like who did I talk to? Who do I need to follow up with? And then going through my emails and kind of doing the same thing, and then going and keeping it organized in my.
Yeah, I think affiliate marketing software is kind of getting better.
There's a lot out there. Yeah. I know that there's one like old school one. I think you and I talked about it the other day. Now I can't remember the name of it. That's going through some changes or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't remember.
There's just so much software out there. It's ridiculous.
I think use like other software that's built for other purposes to like kind of morph into my use case. Like when I used to build these relationships with, I say people, places, and things all the time. What I'm talking about is like brands, introducers, influencers, strategic partnerships, and like just websites and stuff like that have access to customers. I was like, well, how am I going to like organize all that? Like what kind of like, and then I'm working with multiple different businesses where they're asking me to build these distribution networks for them. And I'm like, okay, how do I then manage them and then connect this group to that one or this group to multiple opportunities? I'm like, there's no, I couldn't find something. I didn't want to make anything bespoke. And, it turned out what was really useful was standard recruitment software. I use because like standard recruitment consultant or recruitment agency CRMs have two data banks. They have the data bank to put all the clients, as in the companies that you hire for, that you're recruiting for. And then they have the data bank for all the candidates who have their resumes, right? So then you match candidates with one or multiple companies. So you could have all your affiliates as candidates and all your companies as your companies. And then you could match these affiliates with multiple or just singular or whatever. And at least that way, at a glance, you could see who's working where, but then it wouldn't track the deals. It wouldn't, there wasn't a way to do that. So there's ways to, there's probably one like masterful one out there. And so as far as like finding influencers yourself or the affiliates, like what would be the technology that helps you do that? Like, just, is there anything that helps?
So previously it literally was just, me doing various different searches on Instagram and so on and so forth. But I just mentioned like there's so many softwares out there, and I get like kind of cranky about all the different softwares that are out there because I get pitched them all the time, and I'm just like I keep it simple, right? Like I think we tend to overcomplicate things in business a lot too, and I really try to keep things as streamlined and simplified as possible. I think it's really important to have processes in place that work, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. There's always room for involvement, but it's gotta really make sense. So I recently discovered a software called DistroList, and I happen to know the guy that created it. And this is like mind-blowingly game-changing for someone in my role and in my position. When you showed it to me, I was just like, I can't believe this exists, and I'm so glad it does. So essentially what I can do, and I discovered, so I use it for two things. One, I use it to find potentials. So I do use it to find potential people, and what it does is like you can filter by whatever you want, and it's going to pull a list of influencers in whatever space that you want in either Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. Instagram's really my jam. That's just typically where a lot of real estate influencers hang out. So I use that one the most, but I am starting to dabble in the YouTube one as well. But I also use it to track my current affiliate and see how they're doing on social media. And, some of the things that are on there, like we mentioned, like you see these influencers and they've got hundreds of thousands of followers. What this software does is it tells you how many of them are fake. That's just one thing that the software does, is it tells you how many are fake. And like, that is so, it's amazing. It is the coolest thing to be able to like know how legit this influencer really truly is. Engagement rates is another thing that it does really, really well. So it tells you what their engagement rates are. And, industry standard is like anything over 2% is really good. So it's a cool software. If you're in my role, I highly recommend it. I think I told you, I'm in a recent group that has some affiliate managers in it, and I'm totally going to share it with them. But it's cool software, man. I don't use a lot of softwares. I really, really don't. I try to stay away from them. But you turned me on to this one.
Well, I appreciate it. And that really, thank you. That was a really nice thing for you to say, and glad it helps because that's what it was built for. Is to help you just streamline your flow, find the people that can work with you. And it's just a part of the mix, the technology mix that's becoming more and more available for this role, which I think is becoming more and more available as an opportunity for people who are looking to actually get roles like this. Like, it's not just the afterthought anymore. It's a really, I think companies they're starting to pay more for the affiliate manager because it's like leverage. They recognize the leverage of having one very, very good affiliate manager that has access to all these people who can sell things for them, as opposed to spending all this time training, educating, and managing sales teams in-house with all the relevant CRMs. There's this.
We don't have a sales.
You don't have one?
We don't.
And the company's doing fine, growing. So
we're doing very well. Yes.
They're well. So
we are doing very well.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, and we've thought about it, but we've thought about it, but at this point, like, we're good.
What's the point? Yeah. It's like, why try to replace the boots on the ground? Oh, well, actually, I'll say that, I'll leave with this. There's one conversation I had where it's like, well, if you've built this army of affiliates out there who are tapping these customer pools, these target buyer groups, why then create internal competition for them? Because that will put them off. If you suddenly put together a massive sales floor of like 58 sales people with like experience wherever they're from, and now they're going to start hitting these customer lists, the first thing your affiliates are going to think is, well, first off, which customer lists or client potential leads are you going after? Because most of them are probably mine. Now you're going to start cannibalizing my thing. And then what about when you want to upsell your existing clients, who are, by the way, my clients? So now you're taking the relationship away from me and bringing it in-house. How much ownership do I have over my own customers with you? And that's going to start like, it starts affecting the value. So it's like, if you build a really strong outreach via an external sales force like an affiliate network, kind of difficult to then go ahead and go full gung-ho on an inside sales team without...
Right. I mean, obviously, we have our Google ads and stuff like that, and whatever. But yes, I mean, our main sales force is our affiliate. So
yeah,
and they do great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, Chenay. All the kind words and also the insight, because I think I'm really pushing this conversation now with this channel, like the distro bossing. Before it was about like early stage entrepreneurs, founders, that kind of thing. And the conversations were great, but there were different sectors. And I love those conversations, but I'm really all about influencer marketing, affiliate marketing, building distribution networks with people, places, and things that already have access to certain customer groups. And this is the kind of conversation that we're going to have like consistent.
It's not going anywhere. I really think that this is the next stage in business, right? I mean, I really think that this is where it's here, and it's only going to grow. I mean, businesses are only going to look at utilizing and capitalizing this, in a real way. And on the flip side, people can also be entrepreneurial and create their own businesses by being influencers in particular niche spaces. So yeah, it's a win-win.
It is. It's the future's good for it. All right. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. Appreciate it.